So here we have part 3, beginning with question number 24. And just to refresh our memories, we're supposed to write this in expanded form. Use the properties of logarithms to expand the logarithmic expression as much as possible. So for this one, we might want to write this as log base 5 of y to the 1/3. And so remember the power rule comes down and it would be 1/3 log base 5 of y. 1/3 log base 5 of y. And likewise, this one would be -5 log b. And remember, this is base 10, so you don't have to write that, but it wouldn't be wrong to write that. So log b. 26, we're going to do all of this to the square root. So it's going to be log base 2 of 10 x to the 1/2. And both of those terms are under the radical, so they are both to the 1/2 power. So technically, you're supposed to do log of 10 to the 1/2 plus log of x to the 1/2. And those exponents come down in front. So it's going to be 1/2 log base 2 of 10 plus 1/2 log base 2 of x. Number 27. We're supposed to write this using its equivalent exponential form. So it really is as simple as using the base 2, the x becomes the exponent, and it is equal to 4. And you don't need to solve that or anything. You just really need to write it. Okay, question 28. Again, the directions are to write the equation using its equivalent exponential form. So this one would be 5 to the 3rd equals 125. And number 29 would be 4 to the 2nd, there's my 2, equals x. So remembering these basics. So question number 30. This is b, and the 2 comes from here, equals 25. So again, we don't need to solve this, even though it would be easy to do. We simply need to rewrite it. So number 31, approximate the number using a calculator and round your decimal to 3 places. So let's go to the calculator. And we're going to do E, which is this button. You could use this one and the up arrow. So let's use this one because it already has a box for our exponent. And -1.7. So remember that E is a number. We're going to raise it to a negative power, which means we're going to divide by that number. So our decimal, 3 places. And so 0.182 is going to change to 0.183. So we have 0.183. And question number 32. We're going to approximate this number using a calculator. We're going to round our decimal to 3 places. So let's clear this out, and it's 2.2 raised to the power of pi. So I'm going to put in my 2, and I'm going to raise this to a power, and sorry, I need to put in my decimal, so 0.2, and then raise this to a power. And I'm going to plug pi in, and pi is this number right here above that caret key. So there's my pi, it's 3.14. And so I get 11.90. 11.906. Okay, so back to the calculator. I'm still using that. 4 up caret, and the square root of 2. And enter. So 7.103. You will need to go to the fourth place. This is 5 or more, so this goes up to 3. So don't miss it just because you couldn't round. 7.103. 34. Again, we're going to the calculator. E, second E to the 2.8. And so 3 decimal places. The fourth one is a 6, so this is going to go up to a 5. So my answer is going to be 16.445. 16.445. Okay, 35. Solve each equation by expressing each side as a power of the same base and then equating the exponents. So 32 to the x is equal to 8. I can't write 8 as a power, 32 as a power of 8, but I can write both of these as a power of 2. So this is going to be 32 to the 5x, because it's, I'm sorry, it's going to be 32 is equal to 2 to the 5th. So this is going to be 2 to the 5, and all of that is going to be to the x power. So remember, when we do these exponents, the power to a power is multiply. So it's 2 to the 5x equals 2 to the 3rd. And so if I equate these exponents, 5x equals 3, and x equals 3/5. So x equals 3/5. Sorry, I wrote that kind of weirdly. Let's fix that. X equals 3/5. Okay, 36. So e to the x plus 5 equals e to the negative 9. So basically x plus 5 equals negative 9, and x equals negative 14. So x equals negative 14. And then we go to 37. So in 37, we're going to be writing this as a power of 2. So 2 to the 1 plus 2x equals 2 to the 3rd. These are the same base, so 1 plus 2x equals 3. So 2x equals 2, and x equals 1. So in question number 37, x equals 1. So in question 38, write the equation in its equivalent logarithmic form. So this is going to be 8 to the 1/3 equals 2. Notice how I changed that to the 1/3 power. Okay. Now I'm ready to use this as my base. So it's log base 8 of 2 equals 1/3. Log base 8 of 2 equals 1/3. So recall that this is the base, this is the y part or the answer, and this is what we took the log of. So those are the basics of that. In this one, it's going to be log base 4 of 16 equals 2. This is my answer. This is what I'm taking the log of. Okay, in 40, same directions. This is going to be log base C of 169 equals 2. In number 41, this is the base. This is the answer. This is what I take the log of. So this would be log base 6 of x equals 3. Okay, so we have a multiple choice question. Choose the one alternative that best completes the statement or answers the question. The graph of a logarithmic function is given. Select the function for the graph from the options. So think about the parent graph at this point. The parent graph for this one is going to be that log function that doesn't go less than 0. So this one would actually move one place over. And this one would move also, and this one would move also. But again, to verify that, you can pick up your calculator and graph some logarithmic functions. So log base 2 of x, so second f2, this is number 5, and we're going to put in a 2, and then we're going to go over and put in an x, and finally we're going to graph that. So this looks more like this one, but just to be sure, I'm going to put the variable in here and make this -1. If they wanted the parentheses around it, they would have put them there like they did in the B and D choices. So remember, this graph then moved our graph down on the y-axis one. And this one, let's move the parentheses. So we're going to delete that parenthesis or put in x plus 1 inside the parentheses and delete the -1. And so this one rotates the graph to the left. So you can see that this is not going to be it. This one's going to rotate the graph to the right. So that takes care of this one. Your choice, the correct choice, was the first one that we did. It was choice A. Okay, number 43. Okay, we're going to stop this one so it doesn't get too long.